Check, check, 1, 2, check, check, 1, 2, 3. Check, 1, 2, check, check, 1, 2. Oh boy. All right. I guess there's a couple people maybe in the chat. If anybody can hear me, see me, do me a favor, just put a thumbs up so I know that everything is actually set up okay while we wait for Vegas to get here. I appreciate it. Right. I'm assuming that means you guys can see and hear. Oh, here he is. I was just going to say we're going to wait for Vegas, but he is clicking in right now. So we let him get set up and then we'll get rolling. Vegas, if you can unmute your mic and just say hello, I want to make sure that I can hear you okay.
Hello, mate.
Yep.
Can you hear me properly?
Yeah,
Nice
I
one.
got you. I got you.
Nice
Cool.
one.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, a tiny bit tired, but I'm good. I love your
Yeah.
setup behind you, mate.
Oh, well, my DJ stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just reminds me the old times. My brother used to be a DJ as well, and I
Oh,
was
really?
always with him just going around and yeah, just picking up the stuff and just going around and yeah, putting everything together, the synthesizers and all of the stuff. A long
Yeah,
time ago, really a long time ago.
that's cool. I've got a little bit of my equipment set up here in this room just for the visual, but also the things that I have here, I'm able to actually live stream on X. And I've done some live streams where I'm just basically playing music and showing charts and stuff. So it's kind of functional, but yeah, I've got a whole bunch of stuff. I don't do it that much anymore, so most of my stuff is out in the garage.
I know the feeling. I know. For me, it was a long time ago as well. So,
Yeah.
very good times. Is Rex is coming as well?
Okay. So, I mean, I know that you gave me a little thumbs up, but I didn't know if that was and okay to go ahead and let me see if I can forward this link to him. I really didn't talk to him ahead of time, so I don't
You
know if
said
he's
to share. You said to share the link, but what link I should share with the community? Is it
no.
live? Ah,
That's the link that you got in here in the meeting. You share it with the community. We're gonna have a million people in here trying to talk.
it'll be fun.
Hold on, yeah, it'd be amazing. I'm sure it would.
uh,
I just sent it to Rexy again. I didn't talk to him ahead of time, so hopefully he gets it and understands what it is. And if he jumps in, he jumps in. If not, that's cool because me and you can just chit chat for a little while. So I promise. All right. First off, anybody who's watching this, I know there are really aren't that many people in the chat right now. Um, but if you're watching this live, if you're watching this on recording or whatever, thank you very much for watching it. I talked to Vegas briefly about selenium. I got to be honest, and I've said it, I haven't had a whole hell of a lot of time to really understand everything about selenium. I think I have the basics, and it sounds like it's something very valuable for the chain. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that today. I promised Vegas that we would keep this short. So how long we go is pretty much up to him. Vegas, I know that you've probably done this 100 times in the last couple of weeks, but can you give a real basic rundown on selenium, on what it is, on what it used to be, and what it's going to do for the chain?
yeah, I think so. I did a million times, but still is a so complex protocol that I think I keep missing the basics, you know. And I'm really going just to try to go to the basic aspect of all of this. That is, the protocol itself is not new. I'm going to tell that everyone know that when was Luna, yeah. Um,
Oh, sorry about
uh,
that. Yeah, go ahead.
That's okay. So yeah, so in the times of Luna, yeah, the chain itself was around 60 billion, but it was with that amount of transactions, yeah, of sorry, of market cap, not just because everyone just invested on Luna, but they trust the protocols around it as well. And one of them was Mirror Protocol. That protocol alone, the market cap was 1.5 billion USDs. So yeah, so it was it's three times, I think even more today. Unfortunately, I think we decreased a tiny bit more on Lung. So yeah, so Mirror Protocol alone was 1.5 billion dollars. That's a lot. That's a potential that Selenium has to be, or even higher if things go according to the plan. It could go even higher in terms of market cap. Does it mean that it goes? No, no one can tell that. It's like it's still early days. We are still doing the pre-sale. We're still organizing um, the whole protocol, the whole mm, the whole organization. Yeah. So it's early days to understand if we one day we will achieve that market cap or even surpass that market cap of 1.5 billion. In terms of the protocol itself, the protocol will be powered by a token that is called Cell. That is Selenium, yeah. It will be done, of course, on the Terra Classic chain, and this token will be the mechanism behind the whole protocol. The idea of this protocol, in the simplistic ways, for you to be able to synthesize assets, real estate, commodities. So imagine that you want to buy like let's go to the extreme. Imagine that you want to buy like an Amazon stock, but you have
Hmm.
your money on Luna Classic, yeah,
Hmm.
and you are doing some calculations. Okay, I need to withdraw my money, the Luna Classic, yeah, I need to sell that, buy dollars, see if in my country allows me to buy the stock of Amazon or Tesla, whatever, and pay fees in all of these steps. Plus, yeah, then when you want to capitalize your stock or whatever, now you pay another fee on top of that. Now you want to come again to Luna Classic or even other cryptos, because we accept other cryptos as well as collateral. So you want to come back, and now you're paying fees on top of fees. And some countries, they are limited regarding the ability of a traditional finances. So this will just take that barrier completely, so in a simple way, the Selenium protocol will allow people to buy and sell stocks, to buy and sell commodities or real estate without coming out from the space of crypto. Yeah. So this is the most simple way of explaining Selenium, and I think yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy, and it's obviously something that we had, I guess, with Luna with Mirror. And yeah, that is a very simple way of explaining it. I could go into a million questions about it, but maybe we'll save the details for another time. Uh, I want to get to, because right now you're in pre-sale, yeah? Um, how many more days? What is it, like 10 days, 12 days left in the pre-sale?
literally, I just got an accident yesterday with my computer, so my computer is down. I was just
Oh.
trying to turn on my computer, the other laptop over here, but I just no, no, it opened. Fantastic. So we have 14 days left for the pre-sale. I cannot say for sure, or basically, I cannot say the exact amounts of funds that we collect until now. But last time that I saw, that was in the morning, was $172,000. So we still have 14 days to go. So by the calculations, we should be very close to the soft cap. That is 500,000. Why do we need that $500,000 to launch the project? Yeah, to launch a project, you might not need that amount of funds, but to launch a project properly, you need it. You need it because if you launch the project in halves, yeah, you might start counting the pennies for the liquidities. Yeah, you might start counting the pennies for the listing of exchanges or more marketing, everything like that. Yeah. So the calculations that we got to start the project was that 500,000 will be more than enough to start all of that, and at least we can do a fair launch for everyone. We did a really good start. First couple of days we did 120 straight away. Then of course it just normalizes, and now I expect for the sales to start growing again, more to the end of the pre-sale. I want to make sure that the community understands that if we do not achieve the soft cap, um, we have other options. We'll prefer to have launching with the pre-sale only, but if it doesn't work like that, we have other options. And the first option that the team is voting to do is just to refund everyone that is investing, and then start other options of the projects. I'm still a tiny bit skeptical about that. I think we should go to ask the community that is investing and do a governance proposal, because the Selenium token itself will allow you to stake and to vote as well, just like Terra Classic. So we are still thinking. Depends on the amount of funds that we will have in the end as well. But we will ask the community. Almost sure that we will ask the community if we go further or if we start over and just refund everyone else. So it's no risk in terms of because some users they were asking, okay, if we don't get the soft cap, are we going to lose all the funds? No, that's absolutely not. That's not fair. So the idea is, or we just refund everyone, or we ask the community to see if we're going to launch without achieving the soft cap. But yeah, it's still 14 days to go. I'm very confident. This last couple of days, we got a lot of support inside and outside of the community. Was a really good surprise because, as you know, at some point people were a tiny bit divided in the community, but I think now people are understanding that protocols like Selenium, Juris, Terraport, TerraSwap, Garudas, all of these L2 protocol utilities that the chain is attracting is the things that will make the main chain attractive as well for outside investments. Because projects, for example, like Selenium, yeah, the Selenium, it will utilize DEXs like Terraport, TerraSwap. It could even utilize Garuda. And that will create fees they will burn as well. So it's all creating like volume on the chain, you know. Yeah, arbitrage opportunities here, liquidity pools, all of this will make more volume to the chain. If we get a tiny bit of what Mirror Protocol have in the past with this new protocol that is Selenium protocol, yeah, is like if we get like 10% of Mirror what Mirror used to have, we have the exact amount of volume that the whole chain does at the moment. You know, it's like it's insane. So just the volume of Mirror was completely insane. So yeah, so this L2 projects, they are really attractive for the chain itself. So supporting this, I think, is very important for the um, general chain. Yeah. So
So, all right. So,
cool.
I mean, the whole idea, obviously, we know that at a time before the crash, Terra Luna was extremely successful. People made a lot of money, and there were, there were some key things on that chain that made it really successful. One was Mirror Protocol. The other one, which is basically what Selenium is going to be now. The other one was Anchor, which is Juris protocol. And so, as part of just so everybody understands, so as part of the revitalization of this chain, bringing these protocols back to the chain, bringing them home essentially, because this is where they kind of were to begin with, is really at this point rebuilding this chain and bringing it, attempting at least to bring it back to what it was, and hopefully maybe even more. And I'm not sure how much of the community understands the importance of actually these protocols and all these things that are being developed. I'm not sure how much they understand the importance of them doing well. And it's a matter of, you know what, you've got to help yourself at a point. Those of you who are invested in Lunk or even invested in some of the other L2s, the other projects that are on the chain, um, as you support things like Selenium, like Juris, all of the other ones, you're supporting the chain. You're bringing volume. You're bringing attention. Because people on the outside are still very doubtful about Terra Classic. And if they see a thriving ecosystem and they see that these projects are being successful and the community is strong and supporting them, they're more likely to come over and say, okay, let me see what the hell's going on over there because they seem to be doing okay. I thought they were dead, but they're doing really, really well. So, yeah, we have 14 days left on this pre-sale, and it doesn't really look like we'll hit the 500,000, the 500,000, but as close as we can possibly get to it would really be good. So again, you're helping your own bag. You're helping yourself by supporting something like this, which would actually have a really huge impact if it launches and if it's successful on
You
Terra
will launch.
Classic and ultimately on your bags. Is that right?
Trev, let me correct you one thing. Is
Okay.
not if, is it will launch. Yeah.
Okay.
If it's not with a pre-sale, yeah, if we refund everyone on the pre-sale, we will launch with different types of funds. So we will launch. It's not even an option that. Yeah, I spoke with the team and I was really surprised that they okay, if it's not done like this, we will do it in a different way. So okay, I'm very confident that the rest of the team they know what they are doing. So yeah, is even on the I think one thing that I keep missing to say as well is that the persons that are doing this, so on the press sale, or if someone else, of course, but in this case specifically on the press sale, we are rewarding these people. We are considering them the founders, and we don't want anyone else. Yeah, we refuse the OTC deals. In the future, they might appear, but for now, we refuse them. Yeah, we got a couple of dudes, and they were a tiny bit mad. Why are you doing that? No, because we want for this to be completely decentralized, super decentralized. So one of the things that we are giving as well is the rewards, yeah, of to the founders. So these founders, we consider them founders, yeah. Everyone that buys on the press sale, they will have a percentage of the rewards of liquidity pools, all of the rewards, yeah. And it goes to 7.18%, if I'm not mistaken, a year by doing nothing, absolutely nothing. Yeah, if
Mm.
just by having that, they can even increase. Yeah, if they decide to then to stake the selenium, or if they want to farm, if they want to farm on the liquidity pools. So it's a lot of ways. Yeah, that we
So
are rewarding the founders, the
so
persons that are.
is
Sorry.
it a matter Vegas of the more of the pre-sale you buy, the higher the percentage of the rewards are? Is that how it works?
No, so everyone is equal to have a share of the rewards. So imagine you buy 100, you have seven seleniums in the end of the year. You buy 1,000, you have 70. So 70 points, whatever. But yeah, so everyone is going to be treated fairly, you know. So the idea is not because you inject more money. We are spreading the word as well, helps as well. Even if you don't have funds to invest directly, we have a referral program that you literally just register, yeah, and then you can spread the link, and that link, anyone that buys under you, you will receive 5% of the buy of that person. With that 5%, then you can stake it as well, and then you can win passive income just by that, or you can then mint an Amazon stock, whatever, on later on the protocol. So I think it's super attractive, the press sale that we are doing. Keep in mind that on the first year is only going to be released 25 million coins. That's it. You know, it's the first year is going to be a very small amount of coins, and then the max supply, yeah, the total supply in 4 years will be 108 million. So that was something that we identified that Mirror Protocol. They did a lot of good things, of course, but they did one thing that was not very nice. That was infinite supply. And imagine all of these liquidity pools, all of these borrowings and rewardings and stakings and all of this, yeah, minting all the time tokens, it starts diluting the price. It could be catastrophic. It was not catastrophic for Mirror. It was working okay, but at some point you saw that see that they were not growing as they were on the beginning. Still, amazing market cap that they got. Always more than we have at Terra Classic as a whole chain. That's impressive. But yeah, I think one of the mistakes of the dudes was infinite total supply. And on the Selenium, we decided to cap it at 108 million. And that's imagine if you buy five today, yeah, five cells today, and in 4 years the total supply is 108, and we are solid in centralized exchanges. who knows how much could be that 5 seleniums, because on top of that 5 seleniums, you're going to have 7.18% every single year, yeah, and then you're going to maybe decide to stake it or maybe decide to invest it on an Amazon stock, and the stock grows and you win more money with that as well. So yeah, you can get a lot of money by a small investment. So we are just treating everyone the same.
All right. And just to back it up a little bit, and I don't mean to harp on this point, but I know it's something that's been asked quite a bit from the community. I've gotten the question even since I announced that we were going to be chatting today. I've gotten the question several times. So we'll get the pre-sale. We're hoping for 500,000. We don't get 500,000. Plan B is you go to the community and you're not asking them for any money. You're just asking them, you're saying, hey, listen, this is how much we got in the pre-sale. 200, 50,000, 300, whatever it is you achieve. And you say, should we continue with that amount of money? And now you already have people who have bought in the pre-sale, and so they will, if they say yes, if the community says yes through governance proposal, then the people who have invested in the pre-sale are going to be subject to all of these rewards that you were just mentioning. Um, Looking at all contingencies, if maybe you don't get that much and they're not all that confident that the project will really be good with just that amount of money and they say no, right? Um, what is because this is going to get done regardless. What is the contingency plan at that point? What's plan C?
So will be a private investment.
Okay.
Yeah. So as for example, I believe you guys on Juris did as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Private investment, and yeah, we will. That's plan C. So my personal part, I have to be careful with what I say here. My personal part first, we should ask the community, depending on the amount that we get in the end of the press sale. Because if it's just 170, it might be difficult to do anything. But if it's like 300 or 400, I think it's super possible to do something. So I think the community deserves an opinion on this. Second option is just refund everyone. Yeah, and yeah, let's go and do the private investment.
Well, instead of starting from scratch and doing the refund everybody and going with private investment option, could you just take the money that you have, whatever it is, 250 or whatever can you take the money that you have, keep, everybody who invested, get them their rewards or whatever, and maybe try to get that last half, that other 250 or whatever is left of 500,000, can you get that from private investment so that the whole thing isn't being funded by private money?
That's a good point, mate. Valid point. We'll pass that to the team. It's a good point. Yeah, it's a good point. I don't know if we have to double check if this is fair for everyone. Um, because the only thing that I'm a tiny bit skeptic is like we told the community that we're going to start if we get a soft cap. So we definitely, if we decide to advance without refunding and start over, we definitely need to ask the community if we're going to do that. If we do something like that, definitely we have to ask the community, and will be if we go on that direction, it'll be really good to test the government's mechanism of selenium, so we can understand the way that the community wants for us to go. But yes, to be fair, it's a good idea to have half on the private investment and the community itself. It'll be really good if we can be completely decentralized, because the general idea is we finalize the press sale, yeah, then we start the whole campaign of yeah, growing a crypto project. But the first thing will be an audit to the code. After that, straight away, after everything is okay, then we will do open source of the code. So the idea is to be audit and open source as well, so everyone can see, everyone can see that is secure. And after that, we're going to start planning the listings of the token. That being said, we are already planning, and even this morning I got a meeting with centralized exchange that they don't even have a Luna Classic, and they will list Luna Classic for free for us to then list Selenium. That's really
Does it
good,
say
because
what? I mean, you're probably not going to tell me what CEX it is, but we talking tier one, tier two? What are we talking?
this one in the morning was tier two, yeah. But I'm
Okay.
talking with tier one as well. So, but let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes because yeah, tier ones they sometimes are a tiny bit. They ask for small little things and this, and sometimes it takes a tiny bit of time. It will be easier to list a mem token than to list a proper project like, for example, Juris or Selenium. That being said, the doors are open. Um, but yeah, it will take a tiny bit of more organization for us to be listed on, for example, of a Binance, let's say it. But the doors are not completely closed to list in tier one sexes. Binance more difficult, of course, but other ones, yeah. So we can get there. I think we can get there if no when we have the project up and running. Um, yeah, if the community utilizes the protocol, the centralized exchanges as well are going to see that is a good thing for them to be supporting. And some of the sexes, so centralized exchanges, yeah, they they are keen to try to understand how can they support Terra Classic, and this is one of the ways. Other ones, I'm not going to lie, everything that is connected to Terra Classic, they are just okay. We don't want to get inside of that mess, and that's because of all of the divisions and all of this stuff that occurred during this past 2 years, more or less. But I think today, yeah, just I think I said this on another space. I think today people are behaving a tiny bit better inside of the community, and they are stopping the fighting, and that is really good for everyone because it allows us to all of us to grow. And if the centralization changes start seeing that as well, that we are united again as we were 3 years ago, yeah, because if you remember 3 years ago we said something, yeah, and we have AMAs with KuCoin or with Max or I don't know, so many centralization changes that we got AMAs or spaces or we were part of this or that. Today they don't want to do that because at some point the community was like a kindergarten. It was like just
Yeah.
kids. But now I think we grown up to be something more solid. Even by showing these projects, these protocols appearing on the chain, it shows that we are completely serious. And I want to add something here. 3 years ago, when I got my first conversation with with the team of Binance regarding Terra Classic, yeah. So the tech team, the first thing that they asked me, I cannot remember it specifically, but was not regarding Terra Classic or was not regarding Lunk, was regarding one of the protocols. I don't remember if it was Astro. I don't remember if it was Anchor or Mirror, but
Okay.
they wanted to do they wanted to one of the VIPs, whatever, yeah, wanted to buy or something like. I don't remember exactly what it was, but was we were talking about millions, and I was just like, mate, so the project is decentralized. We don't have that funds to even consider doing that. So yeah, and they just annoy me. Loads of messages talking about the same thing over again, and then we start talking about Lunk. Okay, so they were more interested about the protocols itself than the main chain. That being said, of course, they found out that the community was rallying behind the chain, and they start supporting it as we know. Um, but yeah, the importance of these protocols are massive, massive. So if this pre-sale goes well, um, and it's not going bad because you have to remember the communities. This community is really big, yeah, and
Yeah.
they can go crazy and jump in, yeah. I was not expecting for the community to jump in so quick as they did on the first days of Selenium. We even got some problems on the website itself. It crashed a couple of times because was so much traffic going to the website that we have to put more sentinels for the server. Now it's stable, it's completely stable. That I think put a tiny bit people down, but at the same time, what people have to understand is that it crashed because it was so many requests on the website. That's really really good. It's like something that if I go to see the traffic on on my website, on my personal website, I don't know. I have maybe 100 persons a day. That's it, you know. And here we are talking about thousands. So
Mm,
yeah, that was really really impressive to have that thousands in a couple of minutes and then hours and then it stays during the day. We think, okay, this is going crazy, and we are talking about people that bought some quantity, but like you were just saying as well, we got people that bought a couple of coins, 5, 10, 50 coins. I don't know, things small amounts, but they are the ones that I believe that they are seeing the projects that you can blow up. So they are just going to say, I'm going to just to throw some 10 USDTs or something here and see how it goes. You know,
yeah.
yeah, because
Well,
what you have to lose? 10, 10 USDTs. Okay, cool. And if it doesn't work out, we refund the money. So yeah,
gotcha. Carlos in the chat said that he's going to buy some selenium. So I posted my link, my referral link. He said he's got 1,000 laying around. I don't know what he means. Is that $1,000, Carlos, or is that a thousand lunk? I don't know what he means. I'm assuming he means he's got $1,000 to throw at it. So
that's really good,
Carlos
mate.
is a Carlos is
That's
a
really good.
he's a Juris Protocol whale for sure, and he's a good guy. So yeah, hopefully he'll take that link and he'll pick up some selenium. Hopefully everybody does. Vegas, where? So now you had sent me the link for the testing. And unfortunately, I just have not had time to even breathe lately, so I wasn't able to test it out. But where are we on the testing? Do we have a date? But the completion of this thing or what?
Sorry. Okay, so I send you the link of the test. Yeah, the link of the
Mhm.
test it works in two ways at the moment. One is a demo version that he gives you a couple of dummy tokens, so you can play around. You can buy some gold. You can then borrow or leverage it. Whatever, you can do a lot of things with that amount of tokens. We even went far from more far on the test net. So we did a real test net. So basically, you could connect your Kepler to the test net at the moment, yeah, and go to
Okay.
the faucet of Lunk, yeah,
Yep.
and ask for Lunk on the faucet, yeah, and then pick up that Lunk and then buy Selenium and play around with the test net. It has a tutorial as well because people were saying that was very complex to understand the whole protocol. So it's a tutorial of 10 steps. So he just tells you, okay, go here. Now you can swap it here. Now you can leverage here. If you want to stake, you go here. So I think we are on a good step. Everything is working. So yeah, absolutely everything now is working. We were just trying to see if anyone got any bug, anything that we didn't got on the beginning. Until now was all about the design, yeah, and how can we make it more simple here and there. I think the team listened to that and they are doing it. They already did the main things. um, yeah, so basically the protocol is working. We have an Oracle feed price for Lunk, of course, for USDC, for USDT, for everything. Because you have to remember, if you're going to buy an Amazon stock, you have to know the price of that, and then you have to understand the price of that against the price that you are using to borrow.
Right.
um, and it has to be in real time. So our Oracle feed price, it doesn't work for us. The one on the chain is too slow. So the
Okay.
team he designed one from scratch. The
Nice.
Oracle feed price of the chain is just there to support, nothing else. So we have an Oracle feed price for stocks, for commodities, for crypto, for fiat, for everything. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So once the money is all in, or you figure out, however that's going to work out, you're ready to launch the thing. I mean, do you have a date that you're aiming for?
No date yet. No.
Okay.
So we are going to do. So the first thing that we want to do as soon as we pass this first step of pre-sale or initial investment, is going to do the audit. So we're not going to launch the protocol until we have the finalized audit. So we did a QIC with Solid Proof, and we're going to continue with them and doing the audit. So the audit, if I'm not mistaken, they quote 3 weeks to complete the audit. So after the first phase of the project, then we'll have the audit. After that, we will open source the whole code, and after that, then we're going to make it live.
Beautiful. Sounds great. All right. So that's Selenium. Everybody, anybody watching this in the future, the recording or whatever, that's the deal. I mean, it would be awesome to get in and get as much of that 500,000 of the pre-sale as possible, so that we can get this thing going because it's really going to do phenomenal things for LUNC. I have a couple of questions that are more along the lines of I would love your opinion on having to do with LUNC. Um, right now, and you kind of alluded to this a little while ago anyway, about the cooperation that we're seeing recently. Right now, with Terraport, the casino, all the various things that they're supporting. We've got a bunch of different meme coins that really are doing a hell of a lot more than just the meme thing. I mean, they're building, they're submitting ideas for adding this, adding that, adding value to LUNC. We have the wallets and the different things that Happy is has included and is building for the community. We have Selenium, which is the old Mirror. We have Juris, which is the old Anchor. These are the two really big things that really propelled um, Terra Luna. But we're like 2.5, almost 3 years into this revitalization. What is it about right now, this time right now, that all of a sudden everybody is wanting to build all these things for Terra Classic? Why did it take so long? And what's so special about this time right now that we're really starting to see things take off, in your opinion?
I think it just took time to mature. I think, in my opinion, you know that I'm a Marxist on the old Terra Rebels, and I think what
Yep.
we were doing there, it was the correct thing to do. So we were heavily organized. We have plans for everything. We structure every single thing. So we have reach, we have marketing, we have developing. We even have like classes. That was maniac. So we force us to have classes.
Yeah, I remember.
But it's like we have architect division, we have a DevOps division, we have collaborations with other chains, whatever. So we have every single thing super organized. Our logbooks were always on pack, everything very well. That the community find that was very centralized. Okay, yeah, is an opinion. Is different from mine. I think that was the best way for us to do. The rest of the community didn't find that option viable for a decentralized chain, and I understand them. They want to be part as well of all of the decisions, and then we got all of that chaos. So the chaos started because as soon as Terra was went down, yeah, the rest of the community understand, okay, we need something like Terra Rebels, because without a team of not just developers but a team of an organized system, yeah, the project is
Yep.
going nowhere. So we saw innumerous fightings on the chain. That fighting on the beginning, that drama and stuff, it creates some engagement. I'm not going to lie. It was quite sad but funny at the same time to see some of the fights here and there, and that on social media create engagements. So was not totally bad, but at some point it started getting very old. Yeah, and we all saw what a poor organization can do to a chain. That is the decrease of market cap, a decrease of the chain, a decrease of technology. And I think now we are doing a parabolic in terms of ideas. It's like, okay, this didn't work very well. It's not me winning, yeah, is us winning. And the way that I think the community is thinking at the moment is like supporting everything that they believe that is good on the chain without putting any emotions to the side. And I believe that now we have what it takes to make this work. So yeah, I think it was just a question of us maturing, all of us, not just one side or that side, not all of us, including myself as well.
There's yesterday, last night, and I'm not going to go into detail, so don't worry about that. But last night, I was listening to you and a few other people, some pretty big names, some pretty big characters on the chain, some knowledgeable people and people that we trust. I was listening to a lot you guys for a long time, just talk about things, and it was. And I said this to you last night before I left. It was really, really refreshing to hear the OGs, the big guys that we all trust and we want to cooperate and get along. Basically along with what you're saying right now. It was so nice to just sit back and listen to you guys just chit chatting like you were sitting in somebody's living room on the couch, and just having a conversation about things. Nobody was speaking over anybody else. Everybody would sit back and listen to what everyone had to say, trying to actually understand where everybody was coming from. And it was a really, really good discussion that I think really it made me feel really, really good.
I
Um,
know,
and
I
uh,
know.
and I think that we all kind of felt that way, and to the point where you guys have actually suggested doing it more often, which is a great thing. But I want to ask you, there was something that you specifically said yesterday, that got my attention, and I want to ask you about it. You were talking, and we all know that Vegas is the author of the 1.2% burn tax. You're the burn tax czar around here. Um, but you said something yesterday, uh, and I want to ask you about it. I want to ask you to clarify a little bit. Have you gotten to the point where not necessarily you don't believe in a tax anymore, but have you gotten to the point now where you see there may be some other options, like we can't necessarily tax our way to prosperity, that there are some other options that need to come in as well? Is that what
A
you were
hundred
trying to
percent.
articulate yesterday?
Yes, 100%. So it's not a surprise for anyone that for a long time I'm trying to work on options, and I'm seeing other options as well, from Red as well, even Leonardo. Um, my thing is the burn tax is still here. Yeah, the burn tax did one important thing to the chain. Unify every single person under one flag, and we move as one, and that was absolutely important for the revival of the chain. That's why it was part of the white paper that we did, the first white paper and unique white paper that we did for the revival. And but is was always planned for the burn tax to at some point to go. Yeah, and I was part of that as well. And everyone know that the burn tax is at some point it has to go. I even on the proposal that I did, yeah, I proposed to burn until we have 10 billion long.
Yep,
That
I
will take
remember.
a long time to do. Um, is it possible? Nothing is impossible on tech, but this is very very difficult
Hmm.
to happen. That being said, the burn tax is still does a couple of other rules on the chain. One of the roles is helping mitigating the problem of the Oracle pool. So if we don't have funds on the Oracle pool, validators and validators, for example, they will stop validating the chain. If they stop validating the chain is over. That
Right.
will not happen. straight away, because if one validator c- comes out, then the other validator wins more rewards, whatever. So it might work out for a while. So even if we go really close to zero, that will not happen, because is the calculations never allow us to touch zero, but it can go close to zero. Even if it's almost no rewards, it's always going to have someone that validate in the chain. But we start getting in different problematic aspects, that is like the centralization of the tech. That is like then you can have a tax. Imagine if you have I don't know, a Vegas, yeah, controlling the whole chain, or a Jesus Christ, or a Greenpeace, or people that
Boy,
have very solid ideas, like I want to go this way. It's very dangerous, of course, so I don't want to control the whole chain. I don't want for all nodes to control the whole chain, or even to Rexes to control the whole chain, because we all work very well together. We saw that 3 years ago. We are starting to see that again, yeah, today. But alone, we have some opinions that if no one makes us front on that opinions, it could be dangerous, because we only learn if we talk with other people. Yeah, and at this moment, sorry, let me go back to the situation of the bird. So the burn taxi helps on the Oracle. Yeah, it helps on the situation of getting rewards to the delegation. Yeah, and by doing that, people stake. By staking, takes circulation supply from the centralized exchanges, and takes sales pressure, and that should help on the price of the coin. It helps as well sending funds to the community pool. That is important as well, because we are not an inflationary coin like other coins. So we don't have a bag to pay developers. We don't have like TFL used to have. So we don't have a foundation that is doing that. So we need somehow to collect some fees to pay these developers, and the burn taxes that, and it keeps the narrative alive of the deflation. Uh, is as I wanted, of course not, but is still doing the narrative, and we can be talking about Selenium or juries and saying that it's going to burn billions or trillions of lunk, yeah. But if it's no burn tax, it's not going to burn nothing, because it doesn't matter the amount of traffic that you have on a chain. If the fees are as they are today, that are very small, the burn if the burn tax is not there, you're never going to burn any single thing. That being said, yeah, for projects like Selenium and Juries and other Terraport to grow, the burn tax is not helping a lot. It's not like it's stopping it. No, this amount that we have at the moment, 0.5, is sustainable. But at some point will be good if we have something in place. In my personal opinion, a market model should be in place. Then we will have again a flag. Then we'll have again something unique. Then we'll have utility on the chain itself. Yeah, and now we will have a mechanism that will burn Lunk and USDC like is designed to do it. That's what I'm trying to work in the past 4 months, trying to find ways to open the market model. I have some plans on that direction. Um, and one of them it passes by opening a staking system for USDC. I believe we can create a snowball effect of taking circulation supply from USDC, and with that, taking the sales pressure that we have on the centralized exchanges, because it's a lot. And with that, we will have more rewards on the staking of Lunk as well, because as you know, if you stake Lunk, you receive Lunk and USDC as well. So if USDC increases, the APR of staking Lunk increases as well. That might have an effect of the price of Lunk, of course, and making more rewards. He affects the circulation supply of Lunk, because people want to stake more. So my idea is to have this snowball effect by just opening the staking system for USDC. Regarding the market model as well, what will this do? It will help the stabilizing the price of USDC and taking coins from circulation and supply. So then we can start implementing a market model. If it's going to be something like Red is saying, or if it's going to be something like I'm saying, the community then is going to have to decide. At the moment, I think we are talking very well with each other, and I think we will find an idea that we all agree that might work. Because I'm still a maxis that USDC should be utilized as a one as a one coin for the market model. Red is talking about introducing other coins in the mix. Is not a bad plan. Is a brilliant plan, and I'm pretty sure that this plan at some point is going to win, and I will support it. At the moment, I'm just trying to find even more ideas around my first idea. That is the multi-conditional pool system. That is a system that I designed that will allow for the market model to be safe. Because at the moment, if we just open the market model, but we are doomed. But if so, we have to do a lot of adjustments. One of them is forgetting that the price is $1 because it's not. So, in my view, we could do just a dynamic peg and making sure that the whatever price we have at the moment is whatever long people are getting, or vice versa. But we have to understand that people will try to take advantage of this. So before, we used to have a pool or a virtual pool of around, if I'm not mistaken, $100 million every 18 minutes or so. So imagine someone could swap $100 million every 18 minutes. So imagine that if it's an exploit, yeah. If it's an exploit, like for example on DPEG, he allowed people in an hour to take 300 million straight away. In 3 hours, yeah, 1 billion, you know. So my idea is to extend the 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 refill of the pool to 24 hours, so much bigger. And instead of having one pool of 100 million, having multi pools. What I mean with this is that we imagine we open one pool. That pool only has $1,000, and you now decide, oh, this is a great deal. I'm going to swap some lunk, burn this lunk, and swap to STC because it seems I'm going to win 1 cent on this transaction. Perfect, amazing. You do that, but you have $1,001 on this transaction, but the pool only has 1,000. Yeah. So what this is going to happen is that the pool is going to let you do the transaction of 1,000, and then it's going to check for conditions for the $1. If the conditions are met to open the second pool, that in this case in my virtual design is a pool of $2,000. This pool will have to check the price. Okay, is USDC at the same price, or did it deviate more than X, like if, more than 2%, or did we mint more USDC today than Lunk, or the other way around? Did we burn too much USDC more than Lunk? So you'll have couple of minimal conditions to say, okay, this pool is now open, and now you can swap this $1 again. Another user arrives there and he wants to swap 3,000. Same thing. It's going to allow him to swap 1,999, and then the rest you will go to the next pool. The next pool will be $4,000, whatever, you know. So he goes, but before he opens the next pool, he's always going to understand if the conditions of the market allow for that to happen. So we do not have any problematic of having an exploit. On the conditions, we can even put a cap, like Igor Veras was suggesting, a cap of the minting or burning. So we don't burn too much, or we don't mint too much coins at once, you know. So it's just conditions. If you can imagine, it's just, okay, the door will open if X conditions are met, you know, instead of having a pool with $100 million there, that if something goes wrong, the only solution to do that is the dead man switch. That is like stop the chain, you know. So yeah, that's not very good, and I don't think we are enough organized to even do that. Even the Duke one was not, because that's you saw what happened. So yeah, everyone saw. Yeah. So I was going to say more. Yeah, I think the burn tax. he has to stay there for a tiny bit more time until we put something in place. And that's, in my view, the thing in place on layer one. It has to be a market model because that is what is going to make people wear a flag. Big investors, whales, are going to see us with different eyes because they are saying, okay, these guys are really coming back, not just surviving. We are fighting back for everything that we were before. We can see that now with Juris. We can see now that with Terraport. We can see that now with Selenium. We just, we, di- we didn't kill the protocols. Yeah, the protocols they died. Okay, now we're going to do a new protocol. So if we are doing that on a layer two solution, yeah, I think we should do that on layer one as well. And after that, as we are testing that, then the bird tax, of course, is not doing anything there. Is just annoying people out. So yeah. So yeah, you are right, mates. Now I'm pretty sure that my validator is now crashing. My delegation is saying, "Oh my gosh!" No, but what I want to people to understand is that the burn tax, in my opinion, is doing what is supposed to, is doing what is designed to, is is filling up the Oracle pool, is filling up the community pool, is burning coins, is allowing us for tracking transactions much easier because we can see loads of coins being burned and we just say, oh, what's this? So it's doing a couple of things that is doing what it was designed to. Is he a poor design? Yes, that's it. Yeah.
I haven't heard anybody or seen anybody say that we shouldn't reopen the market module. It's something that everybody seems to be calling for. So if we can find a safe and profitable way to do it, I mean, obviously, let's get it done. We've got a bunch of smart guys. Let's just get it done. I don't know. It's way beyond me. It's exactly how it works and how you would go, about getting it open. All the things that you just explained are great, and I'm sure a lot of people understand all that stuff. All I know is that everybody's calling for it. So, hopefully it's something that we can work out.
Yeah.
Uh, I
I think we
so
I think we should just give a timeline, and go for it. We need a tiny
just
bit
get
more
it done.
organization inside of ourselves, and give like a timeline of let's in 3 months, let's have a design that we all agree, and let's heavily test it on a test net and see if it works. And if it works, we do a beta test, and then we fingers crossed to see if the community wants to put it on chain.
Yeah.
But yeah, because this is just taking too long of us. The burn tax was to be so. But let me just say this. So the burn tax was in September that we put, and was to be revised. The problem was that because people just brought it down straight away, and that was a mistake in my opinion. But yeah, but was to be revised, if I'm not mistaken, without looking to the paper, was around February, and was supposed to go down in October or so. So was to be 1 year and 1 month. That's it, nothing else. Because the
Okay.
idea was to open the market model
All
to the
right.
repeg
Well,
USDC.
yeah, I think obviously we need to get that done. All right. So something else that you kind of the theme of everything you were talking about yesterday was about organizing. You kept saying that over and over again. Guys, we just we need organization. We need as a chain, not necessarily the people in that room, but as a chain, we need to be organized. We need organization for a million different reasons. In your head, what does that organization look like? How would that happen?
Is a couple of divisions. So I love the agile mode that we implemented on Terra Rebels. So the way that people were doing their own stuff. Okay, that's perfect. And they know what to do. That is perfect. So no micromanagement, except Zaradar that was always going to do his classes. That was amazing. To be fair, I love it. But yeah.
I mean, like a
But
holacracy kind of thing? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know how that works. How that works? It's like everyone has like
Yeah, I mean, I guess the basis of it is it's supposed to be very decentralized, although I don't find it particularly decentralized. You've got a bunch of different groups, and they're all working on their own thing. Nobody's telling them, like one group isn't telling the other group what to do or how to do their job. They're all working on separate things that need to come together for the project. and then they come together. But the part about it, and people say that, okay, it's very decentralized that way. I get it. But with holacracy, at least the models that I've seen, you still have one of the layers that they call it of holacracy is this unit that basically organizes everybody. So to me, there's still a central kind of, and that was
Yeah.
Zaradar, if you will. Okay,
No,
so you,
on the Terra Rebels was the steering committee. So that's the thing that people hated was the steering committee. Steering committee was me, Zaradar, Radar,
yeah,
Ed, and someone else.
right.
Cannot remember because it was 5 or 6 persons that was inside of the steering committee. That is the dangerous thing. So the steering committee, or the head, it could take centralized decisions, and yeah, people don't like that. I understand them. I truly understand them because I was inside of the committee. I didn't saw anything specifically that I was for me screaming any red flags, but I could understand how I could think that was red flags if I was not part of that conversations. So yeah, we have to find a
Yeah,
way of
I get it, but
yeah.
how much of that is how much of that is, and I don't want to get too deep into this because I can go on this for an hour, but how much of that really is concern about red flags, and how much of it is ego and saying, well, how come these guys are determining what happens and which way
100%.
we should work and not me, right?
Exactly, mate. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think today everyone or the majority of the community understands that it doesn't matter who does the job. We just don't want the job done. And I think today we are a tiny bit more organized in a way that we can make it work because it's always someone that has to do some kind of planning. And planning, for example, yes, we could just pick up 2 computers here and start doing some modelings and stuff on live stream. It's not going to work very well, It's like you need your time to do your stuff. You need your time to do your meetings, and your meetings are private meetings. Is what it is. How are you going to, for example, to list a coin on a centralized exchange that you never spoke with them? You have to send them a message. Yeah. You have to
yeah,
send a DM to these dudes. You have to, how, for example, now I can open the door because he failed. This one is bad, but he failed. But I spoke, I think it was 2 or 3 months ago. I was trying to bring like a Visa card, the chain, and was OKS card, something like that. So yeah, I started doing the conversation with the dudes, and they were asking for money. I said, "Mate, we have no money." So I just opened the book with the dudes. Yeah, decentralized chain, blah blah blah. The guy was super excited. So the CEO, I have a couple of meetings with them, and it was really really impressive. So yeah, they were going to do the proposal on the forum. So all the time I say to people, okay, this is what you have to do now. Yeah, and the community is not going to even do anything if your team is somehow not QIC'd. So yeah, as I advise him how he can speak with the community then to present the project. I did a Medium article about that as well. Yeah. So I found this. I chased this. Yeah. So I did a private meetings with these persons. Yeah. And I still decentralized because everyone can do this. So in the end, it just went bad because the dudes they failed regulations in Europe and they closed the company. So it didn't even went more far. It's a shame because they were going really to use Lung on the visas, and it's like oh my gosh, they were going to use Lung, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDT, of course, and all of these things. But it will be really good for the chain. So yeah,
all right.
imagine
Well,
doing this. Imagine
that's
doing
I mean
this with. Yeah.
that's a whole nother conversation
Yeah, I
about
know.
people reaching out to various things to try to make deals. I mean, when it's you or when it's me, we feel great about it, but somebody
Yeah,
else might do it that we're
I
not
know.
feeling so great about, right?
I
So
know what you mean. I
these
know
are the
what you
things we
mean.
have to deal with decentralization. But let's get back to your model of what organization looks like. So something along the lines of what Terror Rebels did, right? With like a
Yeah,
quant team and
yeah,
L1 team, and so that's where you're going.
exactly. So simplifying a tiny bit because on the Terrables we were really big, but the idea of having quant, DevOps, architect division, but maybe we can put all of this in the L1 team, and then reach. We need a division just for reach, because one thing that the majority of the community doesn't understand is that every single time that we do any change on the chain, or some attack on the chain is done, or something happens even outside of the chain, like a centralizing chain is hacked or whatever. All of these things have implications. So imagine changing the STQ 47 when we did it, yeah. That got an impact, and all of the third parties, they have to be they have to know what we are doing, and we have to advise them what they have to do, so Kepler doesn't break, or Terra Station, that now is what it is. But to be fair, I'm speaking with the new owners as well, so they can fix that. But yeah, so all of the other stuff like Galaxy, Lunk Dash, these dudes, yeah, they are in pair with the chain. Of course they are, but Kepler is not. Trust Wallet is not, and they have to be taken by the lab, mate. It's like every single time that we do a change, yeah. For example, even Binance or Maxi, not so much, but LB Bank, Kraken, all of these centralized exchange, we will have to explain what we are doing. We have to show documentation of the changes. We have to suggest ways for them to implement these new suggestions of the chain, and hope for the best that they play ball with us, you know. And we have to do this every single time. And for example, Trust Wallet, every single time that we do something is like 3 or 4 weeks of going back and further for them to clear out the code and making sure that people can use Trust Wallet. As you know, Trust Wallet sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't, and this is
Yeah.
all us trying to reach them. Yeah, and yeah, that department is a couple of us doing that, and I think, for example, it should be more organized, and we just don't have. Because, for example, if you go to Twitter and see fights here and there and blah blah blah, this dude should not be talking, that dude should be the one talking, and whatever. No, man, just go and talk with that person, explain what is happening, whatever. On the decentralized way, that's the way that it works. But we should do better. We should be organized on a way that this should be a department that no one can be scammed, because yeah, things could happen.
Well, how do we
But
do it? How do we put it together? Can a Terror Rebels version 2 only better? Can it be done? Do we even have the people left to man that type of organization?
well, I'm not seeing your live numbers, but I'm pretty sure that they just dropped. I'm joking, man.
I'm not worried about it. I've never been worried about it.
What are these dudes talking about? Taking out the burn tax, bringing terror rebels. What is next?
I know, I
No,
know.
it's. I'm going to be honest. I'm really sad that we lost. We lost, but they could come back. Yeah, we lost people like Ed, Zaradar, Marventos, Iron Man, Vin. Um, they are still here. Yeah, some of them. Radar that now is not supporting L1 anymore. Um, Echelon that is not supporting L1 anymore. But we still have Frag. We still have Strat, very important piece of the chain. Radar still gives support when it's needed here and there. So and now we have Orbital Labs, we have BLB, we have this new one that I don't remember exactly who they are, but they seem very knowledgeable as well.
Oh,
So in terms of
Antier?
that's it. Yeah, you know them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, for example, talking by head, yeah, we have developers enough to make codes, and another team to review their code. We have enough people here to reach in terms of marketing, to make sure that the community is understanding what is happening and stuff like that. Just like we used to have on Terra. We have people here that is already connected in Reach, and they didn't left. It's just a question of organizing it. That's it, nothing else. Because
Well,
yes,
no,
you
there
need
is
to.
another question. The other question
Yes.
is paying them. How do we do that?
Sorry?
I said there is another question other than just organizing them and putting them together. You also have to figure out how you get them paid.
Yeah.
Um, I mean
So,
that's
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of a big one, right?
It is, it is, it is. It is because the majority of the developers does not want to touch the community pool. The
Yeah,
majority of people that worked on the chain and keep working on the chain does not want to touch the community pool. So that's to be fair. Until this stigma is gone of the community pool is to pay people that are working on the chain, like it or not. But if that is what is approved by the community to make the chain better, that's good. But at the moment, anyone that says community pool is like a taboo. So no one wants to work in that on that level. But so maybe the L2 can come and help here. Um, yeah, because the community doesn't want to pay on the community pool. The community doesn't want private investment. So what is left is L2 jumping in and maybe creating a community pool from L2 sides and utilize that to pay for the organization that is going to be the spear um, of the chain. Yeah, so I think that will be an option, in my opinion, the L2, if we can increase the volumes, like for example, Selenium, Juris, their report, things like that. Um, if we can collect some fees, then we can make sure that the right persons are being paid. Because yeah, without being paid, people get tired. That's a reality. We got lots of developers that they left because always a fight to be paid, or after then being paid, they were accused of 100,000 things, or they are just not being paid. That's the thing. So yeah, so we have
yeah.
to
Well, I
find a
mean
way.
that was something that you brought up yesterday. That was a very valid point. That we do have a couple of guys who go out of their way to do everything they can for the chain and even to help individual people, but they're not being paid anything. And if they're not being paid anything, they really have no obligation. And if they get tired, ugh, where are we at that point? If they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah,
And it's
they just they
happened.
just
It's
live.
already happened. So
Yeah.
we're holding on to the people that we have with everything that we've got. It's a precarious situation to be in, to say the
It is,
least.
it is, it is, it is. It's
Um,
not like we are bankrupt because we are not bankrupt. That's
yeah,
the funny part.
yeah,
We are just like that old person that is just holding the money and doesn't want to get rid of that money. So, but at the same time, you are not investing that money, so that money will never grow. It's just going to get dropped and be destroyed by inflation. It's like when you're going to see a house and start doing some remodelations and see inside of a brick a couple of pennies, it's like, oh my gosh, imagine who put these pennies here thinking that they were going to save his life or whatever in the future. No, that they are pennies today. I'm
yeah,
pretty sure that at that time, that pennies, if that person invested, maybe, or at least he got something from that, or he could invest in and win more money with that. But no, he decided to put inside of a layer of bricks, and yeah. So yeah, I think the time is now for us to organize ourselves because a couple of things that we are seeing that happening on the chain, they are borderline, or they were borderline ridiculous. And we can do better, mate. That's the reality. As like you said, we have many minds here on the chain that we could do much more. The situation of CoinMarketCap, for example, we the links not being there. um, One of the answers from the dudes is like, "Are you? What was it? Are you guys agree together or you fall separate?" And that for me was like, "Oh shit! Okay, this is not coming from the guy from the side. It's coming from some big boys pointing the finger to us." Yeah,
yeah,
and for me, it's like, okay, could not care less. Just put some kind of links there. Let's move on because yeah, that's it's a tiny bit scary, hearing that from these big boys. And it's what for me was an open eyes as well because it's like, yes, mate, what the fuck are we doing? It's like we cannot even agree on a couple of links to have on a coin market cap. Yeah, how decentralization is completely breaking us apart in a way that we cannot even agree to move further. It's like a rock is falling on our heads, and we are tied together, and I say right and you say left, and we stay there and we get crushed because we just could not agree to go right the two or left the two, you know. So yeah, it's at some point one has to push more than the other one, or we have to start thinking together and move the maybe in front instead of going to the right or the left. No, we just give a step further. And I think now we are on that stage that is instead of trying to push to different paths all the time, we are moving together in one way, and we are seeing this with L2, yeah, and this time I think is L2 that is going to show to L1 how things are done. So yeah, I hope that it starts with juries and selenium on this specific situation. But yeah, as soon as we can make this start working, yeah, and organize a team of people that really want to work on the chain and find ways to pay these people. Um, yeah, if we do that, mate, it's going to be thumbs up again. That's the reality
Yeah.
because
I agree with you that organization is absolutely key. I mean, we all probably have different ideas of what that organization might look like. But if we're all at least agreeing that we need to get more organized, hopefully we can find some way to meet in the middle and actually get it done. Strath brought up a very good point yesterday, which, if I lost any sleep last night, it was thinking about this, is that because of our past with uh developers, it's very tough for someone to commit, even if you pay them. It's very tough for somebody to commit. You've got a regular job, you've got a life, you've got whatever. How do you actually convince someone to leave whatever it is that they're doing and do this full time and we'll pay you when we've kind of done that in the past, and then 3 months later that was over? So who's going to give up what they've got, their comfortable regular life that they're used to come take a gamble on working on this chain when who knows exactly what's going to happen 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line, you might be out of that job again. So there are so many different hurdles that we have to jump over to get this done, but we all agree it needs to get done. So that's the place to start. And I'm really thrilled to know that you guys want to continue to have those kind of conversations, those brainstorming sessions like you had yesterday. They were great. We talked about opening them up, and making them a little more public, because I think if the rest of the community had heard what I heard yesterday, in the whole vibe of the thing, I think it would do an awful lot for morale, to know that what you're saying is more than just saying it. As far as everybody coming together, everybody really is starting to come together a lot more. You've got the outlying people who are always going to be obstructionists and pains in the ass, quite simply. But for the most part, everyone is really realizing we've got to just work together and start to compromise and get this thing moving. So, applauds to you and everybody else that was involved in that yesterday. Thank you very much. This is the first time you and I have actually had this kind of conversation, although we've had little conversations here and there. So I appreciate you coming on and spending this time with me. It's probably more time than you intended. Oh, I want to ask you one last thing, and you can just let me know this real quick. What's up with Crypto Magazine? Are they coming or no?
yes, I spoke with Nathan last week, and they are really planning to come to the chain. So the plan is still up, yeah. So they are just organizing themselves a couple of things. To be fair, they want to get people jumping on board with NFTs as well. They did the launching of the tests of NFTs, and it worked very well. So yeah, they are still planning to come on the chain. This week was a tiny bit of a weird one to me, so I didn't follow up with a lot of stuff that I have on backlog. But next week I will jump in, and then thank you for reminding me about that. And at some point, will be nice for you to do a video with the dudes, because yeah, it's good for the two sides. It's good for the classic, and it's good for them as well. So you'll
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
you'll
whenever they're ready and they have, it would be nice if obviously if we did a video, if they actually had some dates, some actual
yeah,
plans.
yeah.
And yeah, I'm right there for it. I also want to just say real quick, you guys were talking yesterday about, the format of this meeting that you might do every other week or every twice once every 2 weeks or once a month or whatever it is that you're going to do. And this what we're doing right here, we talked about Zoom meeting kind of thing, and like we're doing right now. I did this. I'm sure everybody remembers when we had the L1 task force. We used to do this regularly. I would try to get all the guys on, and we had 4 or 5 people on a Zoom meeting, and it was open up to the public. So I just want to say that if that's something you decide to do, if you need me, I'm here. I'd be happy to host it. And again, just doing my
Yeah,
part or
100%.
whatever, I'd be happy to actually do that and just sit back and let you guys kind of do your thing. But I think that'd be
No,
a great idea.
100%. No, thank you so much for suggesting that because again, I think you are a great host. I think you know how to organize this stuff, and we don't have breaks on talking like yesterday. Yesterday was a catastrophic. A meeting that could take an hour and a half. It took almost 3 hours just because of the breakings that we were just having the whole night. But yeah, I think you should be leading these meetings, and we could do it once a week or so. I generally believe in name of decentralization and unite as well that we should invite all other sides as well of the chain, like Happy Cat, Rocco, Lunk Live, and having like I don't know somehow them all of us sharing the same thing so everyone can be part of this. What's the limit here of people that you can add?
You know, it's only limited by my CPU power because
Okay.
I've had 4 even 5 people
Mm.
including myself on at a time, and it's been okay.
Yeah.
But once I start getting to like 5 people or 6 people, it starts getting a little sketchy.
Okay.
And again, that's just my CPU power. So if we can put in a proposal and have the community pool buy me a brand new computer, we can have 10 people on.
Good luck with that. I think it will be quicker for me to send you a CPU, mate. What's
Oh, what
what?
the hell? Zaradar got a free computer. Why can't I? I'm still here.
Yes, he
All
got
right,
one. Yeah.
brother.
Yes.
Listen, Senor Telog, and
Thank you, mate.
I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, mate. Thank you so much to let me talk about Selenium as well and the whole thing. So yeah, thank you for the support. And guys, just if you don't want to support directly, just use a referral program that will still give you loads of Selenium, and you at least can jump on the train as well with us. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Trev. Thank you, mate.
All right, brother. Have a good one. Good night.
You too. See you. Bye bye.
All right. Thank you, everybody who tuned in and hung out with us through that whole thing. Thank you for everybody who was in the chat, and hopefully you got some really good information from that. If you have any questions at all, leave them in the questions section, and we'll like we always do, we'll try to get you answers. But I think Vegas was pretty thorough. Go and check out Selenium because it's really going to help the chain and it's gonna happen. But there are better ways it can happen than others, and the best way it can happen is for us to get as close to that 500 million as possible in the soft cap.